Again, we're in the middle of history. There's going to be a press conference, a Trump-Putin press conference shortly here, so we will keep you abreast on what's happening there. Just a couple of things to look for, and we'll find out. Trump had suggested that a land swap might be likely is one of the things. Zelensky had some conditions. He spoke with Ukraine's various foreign supporters back in August. Hat tip to the Epic Times, including the heads of state of Finland, Lithuania, Romania, Austria, Bulgaria, numbers of countries. The participants also agreed that negotiations can only yield results if they are held under a ceasefire. According to Zelensky, Zelensky's office also stated that the meeting participants also emphasized that international borders cannot be changed by force and that Ukraine, together with the European countries, must have reliable security guarantees. And guys, we used to, and I forget the name, forgive me, I forget the name of the particular agreement that we had where literally, basically we protected Ukraine and Russia agreed not to attack them if they would give up their nuclear weapons. They did so. Obviously, that did not work out well for them. They are a buffer between our NATO allies and Russia. And hopefully this will yield some fruits. I do want the killing to stop. We will see what happens. Vladimir Putin, obviously, he's building a legacy. President Trump is building a legacy. I do believe that the difference and the advantage, if you will, and why I think that President Trump, if Vladimir Putin does not cooperate, if he does not agree to a ceasefire, I think that President Trump is going to really have to put the screws on Vladimir Putin, because I think what Vladimir Putin is doing is trying to wait out President Trump. Now, frankly, President Trump doesn't see this as our war to fight per se, but I do believe that there is an axis of evil. I do believe that there's China, there's Russia, there's North Korea. And so I think President Trump, if Vladimir Putin does not come to the table as far as the ceasefire is concerned, he's going to slap some serious sanctions, a second round of sanctions on him, and make them really severe, and that will probably need to happen. So non-NATO security guarantees are possible as well. This, according to Macron, Emmanuel Macron, addressing reporters at Fort de Branging. I don't even know how to pronounce it. On August 13, you had Emmanuel Macron announce that he spoke with Trump ahead of the Alaska summit. Macron said Trump was supportive of continued security guarantees for Ukraine. So a lot of people are out there. They're making, Vladimir Putin gets into the presidential limousine, and you have the left going nuts over it. But guys, let's look at how far Putin advanced under Joe Biden, under the left. It was under the left that Putin decided to take territory. When it came to President Trump, he just couldn't fill him out. Apparently, what's been written about Vladimir Putin, or what's been reported about Vladimir Putin during President Trump's first term, is Vladimir Putin he couldn't read President Trump. He simply couldn't read him. He did not know what the man would do, so he was scared to make a move. But now with Biden, a weakling like Biden, we saw Afghanistan, we saw that debacle. We saw Iran emboldened. Oh, and that's another axis of evil, part of the axis of evil. We saw that. We saw Joe Biden handle that horribly, just as bad as Barack Obama handled the Iran deal. And Putin, he had the green light. He knew he had the green light to go ahead. So now you have a real leader in the White House that is trying to get a ceasefire done. I do believe that President Trump should be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. That is my personal opinion. We had the Abraham Accords before that he worked out. I do believe that bombing the nuclear sites of Iran set them back for several years. And I think that's a great thing. I think he's doing his best to bring peace to the Middle East. We do have to understand that there's a spiritual battle there as well. But this is President Trump. He wants to bring peace to the earth while he's in office. And I got to say, without using weaponry, he's been doing a great job of it. Just using leverage, using sanctions, using tariffs. And that's been a good thing. That's been helpful. That's been working. But again, I do think you are dealing with a KGB, former KGB agent, and former Vladimir Putin. So we do have to keep that in mind. This is a guy that's going for legacy as well. He wants, just like President Trump is sealing his legacy here in the United States, you can bet your bottom dollar that Vladimir Putin is attempting to do the same thing in Russia. And so that's the struggle.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.